Welcome to Story Route Zero.
This is a podcast where friends gather to talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, and the strange worlds of video games. We often don't know where we're going, but that's half the fun. Come on the journey with us. Hit us up on Twitter at StoryRoute0. You can send us an email at storyroute0@gmail.com. That includes questions, concerns, comments, complaints, pet pics. Send us some recipes. Send us some stories about your day. We're going to listen.
Podcast, start your engines. We have liftoff. Let's have a journey.
Your affection, taking pride from fear. Past will tell you when to make yourself a hero. That's Shihoko Hirata and Shogi Meguro from the Persona 4 soundtrack. My name is Matthew Keel. This is Story Route Zero, episode 53. Woo! And I haven't done this in a while, so I have my co-host with me, Jason. How are you?
Doing well. How are you?
Cool. I'm alive. More on that later, maybe. Michaela, how are you?
Still upright.
Cool. I think based on what I heard from last show, I think I have inherited a nickname from you at this point.
I don't remember a whole.
I took notes. I took of memory from you.
Oh, yeah, you can keep that.
Matthew of memory.
And that other voice is Moose Cool. How are you, sir?
Doing well.
Like you are orbiting. You are in high Earth orbit. It looks like you are above Asia.
I'm no longer in Grandma's basement.
Cool. About time.
He's transcended.
I am a great one now.
About time. And after a long delay, we have the most legal of streamers. It's the return of the Knack.
Hi! Thanks for having me. Good, I miss you guys. It's been a hot minute. When was that last stream?
Last year sometime?
In 2020.
Wow.
I can't remember when.
That's the last year.
So it was about 37 months ago, give or take.
I mean, it was just before the invention of the electronic watch. I don't know.
That is a long time ago.
2020 feels that way. So how you been, Knack? What's new?
I'm great, living the dream. I get to travel a lot, surprisingly, but all within my province, so I'm good. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, we actually haven't had many cases at all, so we've been doing pretty good.
Now, if I remember correctly, you're in Newfoundland, yes?
Yes. Thank God I'm surrounded by water.
I could swim away from the pandemic. Yeah. It'll just be a little cold.
Get me out of here.
Yeah. Don't forget the wetsuit.
Yeah, well, that's my plan. I've been planning for the zombie apocalypse for a long time, so.
Knack plays Monster Hunter and she's got a go bag just ready.
I know what's up, man. I've been practicing with that insect glaive.
Yeah, that's my weapon of choice as well. We usually talk about video games here, but how was everybody's weekend? Knack, we're going to start with you.
Oh, Lord. It was good. We actually went snowshoeing, which was really fun.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We haven't had much snow, which is kind of unusual. And then last week, it just got a dumping, and by the end of it, we had 50 centimeters or something. So, yeah, lots of time for snowshoeing now.
Awesome. Michaela?
We needed a Canadian to go snowshoeing because all of us are like, what?
I mean, I know what it is, and I did it in Iowa, for elementary school PE, but I wouldn't exactly.
Not a thing down there?
No, it's not a thing. It's not a thing. We don't get enough snow.
Make it.
We don't get enough. I mean, most of this country doesn't.
Speak for yourself. We get enough snow. We just don't do it.
There you go.
Also, anyone else? She just nonchalantly was like 50 centimeters.
Oh, don't worry. I was trying to figure it out.
I'm sitting here and I'm doing the conversion. I'm like, holy shit, 20 inches? What the?
Yeah, it's 20 inches of snow.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
we get like Boston had 15 inches in a day a couple weeks ago, and then it was
Crazy.
gone within a week.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, we're kind of like that too, though.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
What the hell's going on, Bagel? You okay?
Bagel?
Yeah, my
He
dog.
wants attention.
Yeah.
No, he's attacking his teddy bear.
Can I see his fufu?
Hey, Bagel, come here. He's not interested. If I go pick him up, he's just gonna whine. So yeah.
No, it's fair.
He's a special little dog. Michaela, I know I asked you, but I don't remember your answer.
I didn't. The weekend was I watched some movies with my roommate. That was probably the highlight of the weekend. I couldn't sleep for shit, so I was up till like 4 a.m. a couple times.
What movies?
We watched Soul, that Disney Plus movie.
Oh, the
That's super
Pixar
cute.
movie.
And then we on Christmas with my family, I watched Wonder Woman 1984, and it was so bad that I told Jess I wouldn't watch it with her. But then I watched it with her on Saturday.
Wait, what does hate watching mean? Do you just bash the movie the whole time?
Pretty much.
Stupid line, buddy. Oh, so predictable.
It was terrible. It wasn't even about Wonder Woman. All right, but
my toddler could have written that storyline.
Oh God. Bagel probably could have written a better movie.
Yes, I like it.
Oh, he would fail miserably.
Don't you?
Don't
you discredit him?
Moose, I love him to death, but he is as dumb as a bag of hammers.
It's more like Bagel would have or Callie would have wrote the movie. Because have you ever heard a toddler tell a story? It is about 14 hours too long for the 2-minute point. So no, dogs can write better movies. I'm sticking with that. You're not a real parent if you haven't shut the car door on your child's story and got in and drove away while they're still talking.
Oh my God. The best part of the movie is either the very beginning or the post-credit scene. Everything that happens in between the very beginning of the movie and the post-credit scene is skippable. So about 2.5 hours.
Oh, fuck.
The best part of the movie is when the HBO Max logo appears, and then that's it.
No. The best part of the movie, credits roll, and then they pull like a Marvel where they have a post-credit Easter egg scene. I don't know that it's actually setting up another movie, but it's a woman walking away in a blue coat, and you see the brown hair, and you assume it's Wonder Woman, and then she like stops a falling pole. She turns around, and it's Linda fucking Carter. So my mom and I were like, "Oh my God, it's Linda Carter!" And my mom and my sister is like, "What? Who the hell is Linda Carter? Who the hell is Linda Carter? You children.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
What?
She's 2 years
millennials.
younger
I
than
was
me.
pulling the age card. I'm like, what?
I'm old enough to know who Linda Carter is. I wasn't alive when she was Wonder Woman, but I'm old
Weren't
enough.
No, you were not.
Aren't they? Didn't they do the the Crisis on Planet Earth, whatever timeline?
Here's the president.
Yeah, she was the president in the DC Comics like CW shows. She wasn't Wonder Woman reference. She was the president of the United States.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was the sequel part of the movie. But yeah, so I hate watched that with my roommate this weekend, and I finished my week off from not exercising.
Nice.
So now I can go back to exercising.
Awesome. Moose, I'll go to you next.
My wife tried to kill me on a 6-mile hike, so that was fun.
So
45 degrees out.
That
so
was just a
7
Saturday.
degrees Celsius. That was Sunday.
Translated.
So actually, no. Here's how it started. So we're trying to do like a hike a weekend, at least one day on the weekend. So we went Saturday, and it was like freezing out, and it was just crazy. So we did like 1.5 miles. And then just came home, and I was like, we could go somewhere else, I was like, maybe it'll be warmer, because we went north Saturday, So I was like, well, maybe we were like, maybe it'll be warmer. We just got home and just decided not to because we were like, we'll go tomorrow. So the wife picked Lake Norman, and we get there, and she's like, "It's a 6-mile hike. You sure you want to do this?" I'm like, "Let's just do it." I was like, "Let's just go." So actually, I volunteered to kill myself. But anyways, so
I'm a cashew.
That's a confession.
So 3 dogs and 6 miles
Let's
later.
check in with legal real quick.
Oh my God. It's a good hike and I enjoy it, but I'm like,
stop, say no more. You need to talk to a lawyer first.
I'm like, man, I hate those. I hate my quarantine pounds, man. So just trying to shed those, but
Man,
it was a good day.
COVID doubled my ass. I feel you.
So it was like, my problem is I have asthma, and so like my breathing was like extremely tight. And I'm just I told Kelly, my wife, I was like, listen, I'll go hiking with you, but it's either got to be in the afternoon when it's warmed up a bit. It's got to be at least 50, 55, and I'll go with you. And I said, if you can't wait and you want to go in the morning, because she's crazy mountain girl, she'll be out in like shorts and a t-shirt in like 50-degree weather.
You have to get her a shirt with that on it.
I should. I'm like, you're insane. And so anyway, so that was the weekend. It was fun. Got some exercise in, video gaming.
Attempted murder.
Yeah. Before you went through the story, I just had this vision of Kelly standing over you with crazy eyes going, "You gonna die today."
I would love to see that if I just fell, like I fell like it's just like, ow, my leg. She'd be like,
she dressed weirdly formal for it, like the new Resident Evil villain. Like
luckily, no. But she had control of the dog, so she had enough to worry about instead of trying to axe me.
Well, yeah. But she knows who she's leaving at that point.
That's true. That is true. But.
Jason, how about you, sir?
Built some more furniture for the house.
Yay!
Nice.
Jess tried to kill me.
Oh, what is this? A theme of the weekend?
Well,
your wives are like co-conspirators.
Well, so she bought
lawyers.
She bought furniture from Wayfair.
Ah.
Mistake number 1.
Yeah.
I was gonna make a really bad joke there, but I won't.
So any furniture that requires dowels is pretty cheap. And at one point she's like, I'm like, can you help me pick it up? And you hear, and she's like, did the wood crack? I'm like, no. Push that against the wall. It's fine. Oh, that furniture sucked. Oh, so bad.
So did it crack though?
Not enough to destroy the integrity. It still stands.
Good.
Just needs a little duct tape.
And
there you go.
It faces the wall, so we're good.
Okay, that's good.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's all fine.
Just don't put anything heavy on it.
So nothing. Like, don't put anything at all on it. It's just there hanging out.
It's her desk, not mine. Her problem.
Stop at 25 Funko Pops, Jason.
That was about it. Aria tried to watch. She's obsessed with Soul Surfer, the Bethany Hamilton movie.
Well, that's a good. Yeah, that's good.
But every time she puts it on, 2 minutes in, can you fast forward past the shark biting her arm off? I'm like,
well, it's not a little kid scene.
Like 9 times. She wants it specifically right after the shark.
You gotta show her how to operate it, man.
I have. She wants it literally the second after the shark goes back in the water. It's like, can we do the next scene? No, I need this. I'm like, why?
You just edit the movie with that end of it and let her play that version.
She actually asked last year, she's like, next year for Halloween, I want to be Bethany Hamilton. We'll have to put my arm in my shirt and then make a fake one. Like, what?
Is anyone her age going to even get that reference, though? They're not
Apparently another girl in her class watched it, and they're like upset. I'm like, you know how she cuts fruit? She goes, with her feet, duh. Like, excuse me.
Just so amazed. That's so sweet.
It's sweet but scary.
Yeah.
They're trying to kill me.
Oh.
Matt?
I was almost in the same boat with you a couple weeks ago, but that's a different problem. So I've been gone a while, and
Welcome back.
Yes, you have, Matthew of memory.
yes, and I'm trying to resist the urge to like go through all of it because it would not be a whole lot of fun times. But I guess the good part is I'm here, and I can still walk and talk, and I'm not coughing. Over the weekend, I went back to work. I had last week off because of a thing that my job does called a long weekend, where you work overnight, Saturday into Sunday and Sunday into Monday, and then you basically get the next week off. But I work Tuesday to Saturday, so that doesn't fall under there. Yeah, not for much longer, hopefully. But I like the Saturday crew, so the Saturday I'll work with them whenever I can. They're wonderful people. Went to work. That was fun. Got home, and I feel like something happened, but it wasn't like bad or good. It was just a night. Yesterday, Reba and I our plan was to go out for our actual anniversary dinner because we weren't able to go out on Martin Luther King Day because yes, someone is clinking dishes. Reba's in the dining room behind me. But we went out for our anniversary dinner. We were originally going to go someplace nice, but then we said, you know what? We like Mexican and we like getting drunk, so let's just do that.
Lovely.
So we did that, and then we came home, relaxed a bit, and I actually ended up, just to segue right into games just for a moment, because I'm really happy this happened because it was frustrating as hell. But I sat down and platinum Persona 5. And then I went to bed, and I felt like that was a job done.
That's an achievement.
Yeah.
Well
But yeah, now tomorrow I go back to work like normal again and see what the week will bring.
Oh.
Nice.
Now we go to games.
Yeah.
Nick, what have you been playing?
Oh man,
you've got a year to recount. So
I know. Okay, top indie game that I'm gonna highly recommend to everybody is Startup Panic.
Oh, that game looks cool. That game does look cool.
God, it is so good. It's a free demo on Epic, and I think they even have it on your phone now too, so you can get it as an app. But it's really addicting. Awesome. Well done. But you know what? I can't let go of Minecraft or Monster Hunter World. And Ark. I was playing a bit of Ark too. I'm all over the place.
Well, it seems like you want resources and you want to kill things. I feel like those three games sort of do that.
Yeah, so it's like, am I feeling like obsessive compulsive and want to organize everything? Because I'll just go organize my boxes in Minecraft. Or am I feeling like super angry and want to kill some shit? Then I'll go to like...
You know?
It really is.
Killing stuff's therapeutic too.
Yeah.
It's true. It's escapist.
better than real life people or things, you know?
Hell yeah. And then I have one friend that I met on Twitch, and we were like best friends. I call him every night. We sit down, we play games for a little bit. Secrets of Grindia. That's the other game. Oh my god, you guys need to check that game
Secrets
out.
of Grindia?
No. For someone who fell into that rabbit hole, just stay away. It's such a rabbit hole. I hate you for it. At the same time as I love it. No.
It's so good. I streamed it last week. Oh.
What's happening right now?
Secrets of Grindia?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's literally in the title.
It's so good.
No.
Yeah,
Never get
do
in.
it.
Luckily, it's
Do
on
it.
PC only. So
Now,
I
what
have
kind,
nothing to worry
Excludes
about.
half of us.
what kind of grinding are we talking about? Are we talking like JRPG grinding, or are we talking like R. Kelly in the '90s grinding?
Oh, like fucking grinding, like not R. Kelly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, that's just in my dreams, son.
Alrighty.
Not with the cartoon characters or R. Kelly, just the grinding in general.
yeah.
It's just-
Way to walk that back.
Okay, just to clarify for everybody.
Flawless execution on that one.
Woo, that was a doozy.
I don't. Are you representing yourself in this case, Knack?
Plead the fifth. We don't even have that in Canada. Fuck. Sorry.
No, it's totally fine. So you'll have to well, take a drink of tea. I'm curious of a couple of things.
Okay.
So have you always made Insect Glaive in Monster Hunter?
Yes. Oh, well, no. Monster Hunter World, yes, Insect Glaive exclusive. But like Monster Hunter Generations, I was like the dual blades.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I've done the hammer and the glaive, and I like both of those.
I like the quickness.
Yeah. Well, the hammer's fucking slow, but yes, she did
Probably
say
hits
that.
like a truck.
She wishes.
All right.
Okay, I'm done.
Michaela.
Sorry.
Michaela, what'd it do?
What'd I do? I'm gonna talk about 3 games, but I want to add a 4th one real quick. I mentioned this in our chat, but last night I got Jess, my roommate, to finally start Hades up on the Switch.
Yes, we're proud of you for this.
I'm proud of myself. All I had to do was buy her a Pro controller for Christmas to seal the deal. But she started Hades last night. She made it to Meg a couple times, the first boss. She didn't beat Meg yet, but she made it far enough to trigger the first like nighttime scene where it tells you to go to bed. And you get the first scene with like Nyx and learning about Persephone and stuff like that. So she's definitely hooked. She's enjoying it. She's a big fan of Pyre, but that's the only Supergiant game she'd played before. And she doesn't really play roguelikes much, so this is kind of new for her. So that was fun.
So does she
That's
feel
awesome.
what has she mentioned how she feels about the combat, not playing roguelikes? Because I know a lot of people are like, I don't want to get my teeth kicked in all the time, and it's like, no, like you have to get past the point that you're gonna die a lot. Like it happens. Like you can't
accept it.
Yeah, you can't. That's the main problem with people that don't like roguelikes or just like it's just like you just need to know you're gonna die a lot to make progress.
Yeah,
So,
but Hades is kind of the solution for that. It's a good entry point for roguelikes because when you die a lot, you get rewarded with story, which roguelikes don't generally do.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the
Hades
story is
like,
amazing.
Then you got that sense of accomplishment, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna look into this game.
I swear, like half the time I was doing a run, I'm like, well, this run is shit, man. Well, I can't wait till I die so I can go back and hear some more story. Like,
Yeah.
Well,
actually,
Fire,
way
I
more.
found like that
Almost, it was
too.
like every time. It was like every time I was doing a run and it was not going well. I'm like, well, at least I'll get some story after this, you know?
Yep.
So,
Awesome.
And then there's also that magic moment of roguelikes where you're like, oh, this run is doomed, and then suddenly it's like your best one.
Yeah.
Magic.
Yeah. So
well,
she
that
did
was
the same thing that you did, Moose. Actually, when you with the combat, she was obviously they start you off with a sword, and then you unlock the bow, and she's like, I don't think I like the bow, and then she started doing really good with the bow.
That was my first time escaping. I was like, this is
Yeah.
gonna be a shit run, and then I ended up getting out, and I was like, what the hell?
Yeah,
So,
I fucking hated the bow, and then I took it because it had the dark crystals or whatever above it. I'm like, okay, I guess.
Oh yeah, because you get extra crystals with it.
I'm gonna get extra crystals this run, and then I fucking win. I'm like, but I hate the bow.
And then I thought I would hate the gun, but I think the gun is my favorite. I thought I liked the spear and played the majority of my runs with that. I haven't touched that in forever.
Yeah.
So it's just But
Yep. She unlocked the spear as well. Yeah, but no, highly recommend Hades. It's on PC and Switch.
Runs really well on Switch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll look
Oh yeah,
at
it does. Yeah.
Yep.
And all the characters are hot.
Well, yeah, pretty much.
They all are. They all are.
There might be a few exceptions. I'm gonna put Skelly and Charon in there.
Whoa.
You leave Jersey Boy out of this.
Oh boy. Okay, yeah. So in terms of what I played though, because that was what Jess played. But
just what Jess played.
Nobody cares. All right, bye. No, I played a little bit more of my backlog game. I made it, so I'm playing the Messenger, and I made it from the 8-bit part to the 16-bit part of the Messenger. So that's where I'm at. I played some more Immortals. I've mostly been playing in Ares' region this time, and I was progressing his quest to get his essence back. And there was this great Easter egg. Ubisoft really goes off. Like, some people really don't like the humor in this game, but I think it's pretty good. And at one point, so Ares gets turned into a rooster in this game, and his only friend in the world is this bear. And at one point,
is he a rooster or a chicken?
It's a male chicken. So
clearly I'm just asking.
Yeah, roosters are male.
Rooster. Like
I've heard no less than like 15 people refer to Ares as a chicken. And I'm like, do they say that in the game somewhere? Because like that doesn't make sense.
Well, it's implied that he, like, the point of the God of War being chicken, it's like the adjective chicken. Yes.
Exactly.
But yeah, no. Roosters are male chickens, so I was just being anatomically correct.
You're being correct, yes.
I'm from Rhode Island state bird is the Rhode Island red. It's a fucking rooster.
I was unaware of that, but now we know.
It's a great state.
You knew this could be educational.
Apparently, Rhode Island celebrates the cock.
Rhode Island is the only.
That's a place I can live.
Rhode Island is the only state left in the union that celebrates VJ Day. There's a lot of weird celebrations that go on.
Oh, VJ, yes.
VJ Day, yeah. You might have heard something else.
We got that. Yeah.
Victory in Japan.
Whoa.
So the point I was making.
Again, a place Nat could live. No.
Before we completely took this and derailed it.
There were rails.
The
lesson I learn every Monday night is that I should have never started talking.
When I get to publish the episode, is this for kids? No. Next question.
Okay. All right. So Ubisoft's humor instead of mine. He was playing a game with the bear, and the bear makes a mistake. He goes to take a turn that's not his because, it's a bear. Give him a break. And the Ares, who is the god of war, says, "Don't be sorry, be better." And I literally started dying on the floor. Does anybody even get it? Does anybody get it? No.
I think there's something.
Like a dad joke.
If there's something to
it's
get
a quote
there.
from God of War 2018. Don't be sorry, be better. He says it to a train. And the God of War.
You know how long ago 2018 was?
Yeah.
2018
was like 10 years ago.
It was like 7 2020s ago.
I got it immediately. Okay.
Every month of 2020 was a new year.
Call yourself gamers. All right.
That's why I woke up hungover and unsure of where I was. No.
All right. So I was appreciating Ubisoft's Easter eggs and stuff. But yeah, no.
That is kind of funny, though. I will say that.
It was great. It was great.
I just like the idea of a chicken telling a bear to be better.
And the bear not eating him?
Yeah.
That's part, it was a Kratos.
I was waiting for that part of the story.
Yeah.
Where Ares had to walk the comet back so the bear wouldn't bite his head off.
No. For some reason, this bear is really passive. But yeah, no. So I cleaned up some more in Ares region. I didn't finish his main quest yet. I'm like 2/3 of the way through it. I killed another wraith. I killed some more legendary animals, or monsters, whatever you want to call them. But mostly doing just cleanup stuff in his region before starting the next. I don't know which one I'll go to next. Either Athena's, or I think the 4th region is Hephaestus, maybe. Haven't got that far yet. But most of this past week, I was still focusing on Final Fantasy 12. And my replay, technically new game of that, because I'm playing the Zodiac Age version, which I'm unfamiliar with. But the more I play this game, the more I realize how well I remember the 2006 version. And really the only difference between the 2006 version and the 2017 version is the job system that they implemented, where at first I didn't like the job system because there was more freedom in the original version of the game where you could take any character in any direction on the license board. And now with the Zodiac job system, you pick a job and you have a discrete license system that is tailored to white mage, black mage, knight, whatever. But where we had left off last week, I had just gotten to Wraithwall's Tomb. And after beating Wraithwall's Tomb, you can unlock a secondary job for all your characters. And that's when it really started to click for me, because my party suddenly became very, very OP because they all have dual jobs now. And my mages are tanky and my knights have like extra speed, and it's all great. So I actually am liking this version as much as the original version now. I wasn't sure how I was going to react to the job system, but I like it a lot. I have progressed past the halfway point of the game. At this point, I made it to Mount Baromises and talked to the Grand Kiltius, so I'm about to go pick up the first greatsword in the game. So I'd probably say I'm about 2/3 of the way through the story ish. I did some of my favorite parts of the game. I went through the Golmore jungle and got to go to the Vieira village. And the Vieira are just wicked cool. They're like, if anybody's familiar with FF14, the tall women with bunny ears.
The knights who say knee?
No.
Yes, them. But yeah, so very much enjoying the game. It has aged incredibly well for a late gen PS2 game from 15 years ago, almost 15 years ago, in 2 months, I think. It released in March. So yeah, that's about where I'm at, because I'm trying to finish as much of that as I can before doing the RPG University episode, potentially sometime next week or the week after.
It's almost February already, isn't it?
It is almost. It will be February the next time we do this.
Mm-hmm.
Andy.
I'm all right with that.
Anyway, Moose, how about you go next?
Been playing a bunch of stuff. I backed off of Breakpoint because I've been trying to play that with Jason and Jeff. And then Jeff's been playing Immortals as well. So I've been playing some other things. Like I jumped into Division 2 a little bit. This week was the start of a new Manhunt, so I had to finish that and just put that back on the shelf. And then, what's that?
Had to.
Had to.
Anyways, so
he's taking a break point to Division 2.
No.
So jump back into an old favorite because I'm trying to do a deathless run. So I fired up Bloodborne. Yes, I've been playing Bloodborne. I've been playing a whole lot of other things too. So ka-ching! All right. I've been sticking to the backlog game, and I've been sticking to the I'm even playing the freaking game club game before the month even starts. So back off, buddy. All right.
Peter.
Back off. So
build some steam and keep it, then I'll be impressed.
I'm just trying to do like a deathless run, and I'm thinking of restarting the run I was streaming on Saturday because it was not pretty. It was like 14 deaths, and like half of them were to Parl, and I'm like, this is not good. Wow. And so, but then I got once I figured out his fight, like I got him like the very next attempt, and I was like, I could do that a lot faster. I could probably do that before he even wakes up. Like I could kill him before he wakes up because you technically can. Mm-hmm. And anyways. So I was working on that, and then our buddy Jason Razzy's coming back because he's having kids soon. So he wants to do the Bloodborne Platinum. So I was leveling my character and getting materials and stuff for that, so that I'm ready to help him when he's ready to jump in. And then yesterday, I fired up Immortals and was playing some today. I got back into it. Not that I was like ever like, oh, I don't want to play this, I need to take a break. It's just so many other games. You know what I mean? Like Breakpoint took over for a while, but I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I've not done like any main missions. I've done enough missions to get to the Hall of Gods. Is that what they call it, Michaela?
I think, yeah, the hub point.
Yeah, so I basically like leveled up some stuff. Jeff is very good at like researching stuff and sending stuff. So he sent a video and was like, these are the things that I wish I knew when I was playing Immortals and for the first time. And so I'm like, I went through the video. I'm like, I've done that. And I'm like, oh, hey, let's go get this gear. So I went over and got this gear and all that stuff. And I've not done a lot of missions. I'm just running around, kind of doing like what you can in Zelda, which is just the shrines. If you really want to, you can just go do all the shrines and get all the towers if you want to. But I've been mainly sticking in two areas, the very first starting area and then the one where the Hall of Gods are. And so I haven't even started main quest, which I should probably. But I was telling Michaela before we started the show, like I feel like Immortals is a great middle ground between Assassin's Creed and Zelda. Where so like Zelda's combat is good.
Like new Zelda?
Yeah, Breath of the Wild. Sorry,
Okay.
Breath of the Wild. Apologies. So Immortals is a great middle ground between Assassin's Creed and Breath of the Wild. But like Breath of the Wild's combat is good, but it's not like crazy, like do this, dodge, all that, you know, whatever. You can just basically dodge and then flurry attack or parry the attacks. But they make up for that with all the insane items that you get that you can use in the game. Like, I mean, you can like use the octopus organs to like lift things up or float bombs towards enemies and stuff and blow them up. A lot of crazy cool stuff. Yeah, a lot of crazy. I mean, just Google Breath of the Wild crazy videos and you'll find some awesome stuff out there. But I feel Immortals has.
They made a raft fly with the magnesis. I mean, come on.
Sick.
It's like the dumbest thing, but it's so good.
There's this insane video out there where the guy shoots an arrow. He shoots a guardian arrow out. Then he does a shield bomb jump. And he's like flying through the air, paragliding through the air, following the arrow. And the arrow's just going, and it hits a guardian, one of the stationary guardians, and blows it up. And I'm just
God.
I've seen that.
I'm like,
the distance of the shot is what makes it so insane.
He's just like boom. And like nonchalant, not like 10, 15 seconds of aiming. He starts the video, just pops the arrow and just does his thing and goes.
Oh, you know he practiced that for days.
I'm sure he did, but I mean to get it down to where you just do it like right away.
I mean the fact that he was able to propel himself, like that's it. So he could John Madden his own kill. Like that's pretty awesome.
But
oh my god, I need a turducken.
My only thing with the game are the controls are a little weird because like dodge is square, so like playing all the Dark Souls games fucks me up. So I'm like I'm ducking instead of dodging, and then I'm just like what? I'm like the attack buttons are R1 and R2, which is fine because I'm used to that with Bloodborne and Dark Souls. So like I don't mind that, but it's just like why? I was like, why is like run and dodge should be the same button? They should be circle. You should have jump. I'm like, and you can change your controls, but I'm like, if I change the controls, and I'm not gonna already forget what I'm supposed to be hitting. But the combat's a little bit deeper because you have your perfect dodging, time dodging. You have your parrying, which staggers the enemy, which increases your damage towards them, and it's a lot of fun. I'm having a good time with it. I highly recommend it. It runs really well I'm playing on the Switch. Runs really well on the Switch.
I've had my eye on it for some while, but I wasn't sure how it was being like received.
It's under the radar, but it's super chill. It's like a really good popcorn game.
Yeah.
Is it co-op?
No.
Single player. But like it's like it's like Zelda to me where it's like I can just jump in and be like, oh, I'm gonna farm for some materials to make potions for like when I want to go after an enemy.
Oh, I love that.
Or I'm gonna go and gather, I'm gonna go do some epic chests and pick up the loot for that so that I can level up my weapons or whatnot.
Gather.
Yeah. But last I heard, there were rumors that there is a demo coming to the PlayStation Network relatively soon.
Yep.
So you can check it out there if you wanted to see how much you enjoy it. But I highly recommend checking out Immortals Phoenix Rising.
So expensive.
Well,
it goes on sale a lot. It's Ubisoft. It's already been down to $40 and it's less than 2 months old.
I got it for 40 on Switch. Jason,
I guarantee you wait a couple months, that thing will be sub $30.
Okay.
Yeah, I bet
it's Ubisoft. Their games go on sale so fast.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I do highly recommend checking it out.
It's beautiful.
Oh yeah, I love the color palette.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I did want to say that, like, everybody's like, some people might have an issue with it not looking like as photorealistic as a lot of other games, but I'm like,
then they can go play Odyssey.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I was getting to. I'm like, I like the artistic style.
Yeah.
The palette is really cool, really colorful, and you're still kind of wowed. Like, I was climbing up a cliff and came up a cliff, and like the water was real blue and it was like real green on the grass around the.
But who said like animations and stuff can't be beautiful?
Yeah, right,
not
exactly.
Animation, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's an art in itself to develop that world.
Yes, I agree, but it's a fun game. I highly recommend it. So that's pretty much all I've been playing.
Sweet.
I have not played any more Persona 5.
Safe again. I'm safe again. Just for your information, we have a little thing going. If he gets past the second dungeon in Persona 5, I have to buy Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory.
Hurry up, dude! Come on!
The joke goes back to Michaela's love for Kingdom Hearts, and then I don't know how we got onto it. So in our chat, I changed her name to Michaela of Memory in our Facebook chat, and then finally she caught it, and so it was just an ongoing joke. So when are you gonna buy it? Are you pre-ordering it yet? And so from July on last year or whatever, a chunk of the end of last year was just us picking on her for it. And then she's like, I'm not playing that game. It's a rhythm game. I'm not playing it. And then she made that pact with Jason.
She held out, so I had to speed up the process, so I knew if I did something that she would appreciate. Because she knew I would never play Persona. So here we are. And
I love it. I dig it.
I've played 20 minutes in the past 3 weeks. Because it's not for me.
Played. See also previous episode title. Played.
Yeah.
I started
talking about how he's not going to play Persona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I said I was safe again for another week, or at least my Amazon account.
Oh, you're safe. You're safe.
He's not gonna get past the second.
You know what? You're probably all right.
All I have to do, I did it today. All I have to do is I have to go into Obelisk, into the WordPress queue, and keep approving his review drafts so he focuses on other games. And then I won't have to buy Melody of Memory. I approved another one for him today. I got to go edit one he submitted last night.
So when I listened to that episode and he started saying, I don't like anime, I'm like, okay, see, the way he said that, I'm just like, that's me and like superhero stuff, more or less. Like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, like it does nothing for me, so I don't really watch those movies because I'm not going to get anything out of it. So yeah, I totally understand. But yeah. he gets to lose that little
I don't really
nickname over you.
And you and Moose should be cheering me on so she buys it.
I am cheering you on, but
I don't lose anything.
Dude, I don't mean to co-op your games segment, but I had to step away. I'm on second and third shift call tonight. I was called into work, so I'm gonna do mine real quick and get out of here. Okay.
All right.
So, when I went back to Persona, end of December, I was in a bad place, and I just remembered the last time I was in a similar place, I played Persona 4 Golden on Vita. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe Persona is what I need right now. So I did that, platinumed it last night, and I was so happy. That game is so good. I spent a lot of time DMing Michaela about story stuff because it was all stuff that I had not gotten there yet. But like, yeah, fuck Akechi. But then I also realized that Akechi is just Adachi from Persona 4, but Akechi gets to be in your party, whereas Adachi was I think he had a dungeon. It's been too long, but anyway, that game is so fucking good. So while what I do want to shout out Persona, like the Persona 5, Persona 4, most of the Persona series has some problems. But one of the things I found really funny is if you accidentally romance two people, they let you know they're pissed. No, well, no.
I didn't mean to sleep with my teacher. Damn it.
Whoa. My penis just hit.
Whoa. No. Whoa. That had to happen. Romancing.
Okay.
Dating.
Number one.
Stuff. Hey, what do we do?
Haru was crying, so I had to.
Oh, no, it wasn't Haru. Although I did realize that my wife has big Haru energy, and I kind of love her for it. She's better than you think she is.
Ain't no shade at Haru.
Both my wife and Haru. But I went in, and I was like, by the time I got to romancing, I'm like, okay, I had two choices, and
there's only one choice. But go ahead.
Well, actually, no, there's not, because people are different. But I went with the hot goth doctor.
Oh no! You went with the other cougar that's almost as bad as your teacher. You went with your doctor.
I mean, Tei Takemi, she's pretty nice.
Oh, they changed the voice actress in Persona 5 Royal.
I think they changed it midway through Persona 5 because she has a heavily cigarette-laden voice by the end of that game.
It's disturbingly wrong.
Oh, really? Oh, well, then I know who I'm not romancing in Royal when I do that. But then I accidentally hit the dialogue to romance Makoto after.
That's no accident. That's just fate.
But like I was saying, you know, Makoto fucking rules. Like, she is the undisputed like best character in that game. But what happened is I basically stayed consistent. You know, I chose Takemi first. I'm gonna hang out with my hot goth doctor, and then on Valentine's Day, Makoto shows up with chocolates, and like your caretaker runs in, "What'd you do? What?" And then like the only options you get are bold-faced lies. Like you don't even get a chance to just fess up, because she walks in, she's like, "So, saw the light on here last night. What were you doing? Who are you with?" And your options are to lie and say you were working with the caretaker at the coffee shop, or I accidentally left the light on. And I'm like, at that point, I'm just like, fucking do better, Persona. But like at the same time, at least, you know, as someone who romanced everybody in Persona 4 Golden because I could and didn't really think about it, you know, 8 years ago when I did that shit, it was nice to be like, oh, that's an interesting way to deal with this. And then I actually like looked up videos of other ones, and like apparently Takemi, if you romance someone else and her and choose them on Valentine's Day, she comes in and hits you with the box of chocolates. I was like, it's like, this is why I chose the hot goth doctor.
Did you look up the scene if you romance all of the romanceable characters?
No.
Oh shit, you gotta watch that.
Just tell me.
They all show up and yell at you.
No, oh yeah, no, I just assumed that, but like
the whole group at once.
Oh really? Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. But no, because I was having so much fun with Persona 5, until I was at the streak where I just needed to get the platinum. I was working overnight last weekend, and I decided I had my Vita with me, and I'm like, I still have Persona 4 Dancing All Night here. I'm going to play this. And I'll tell you what, it's a damn fine rhythm game. That game's fun. The music is really good. It's not just recycling stuff from Persona 4. It's it's very decent remixes, all very well done. Not a fan of the maid and butler costumes that are in there. That's a bit weird.
They're in Persona 5 too. They're just DLC.
I know. I know. I know. And your teacher spends most of the game wearing one.
Yeah.
Because medical bills, I guess.
Extortion.
That too, for medical bills. But that game's really fun. And I'm like, you know what? It's been a long time since I've played Kingdom Hearts, but I always did like Kingdom Hearts' music.
Hell yes.
Maybe I'll try Melody of Memory. So I will wait
you
for
get
a sale.
the nickname now.
I will wait for a sale, and if I'm still feeling it, I will play it.
It was Utada's birthday too last week, so It was all good timing.
Yeah, it was.
This must be what Charlie Brown feels like, because all I heard was, huh? What?
But other than that, I have started Game Club Game. I have started Backlog Game. I don't know if we're able to talk about Backlog Game.
No.
Next week.
Okay, next week.
Backlog.
Just making sure.
You had to dig deep for that one.
but yeah, did that.
Scrambled my head, and I.
Persona Scramble's actually coming out in 3 weeks, so just wait.
Yeah, and is it 3 weeks? Okay, so I won't have Royal Platinum by that time.
It's like February 23rd, 24th ish, whatever something. Yeah.
Yeah, and this year has been it's weird already. But today, my buddy Ahmed hopped online and said, "Hey, are you doing anything?" I'm like, just playing a rhythm game on PS4. He's like, "Okay, you want to hunt some monsters?" So we hunted some monsters. He's super far in Monster Hunter World, but I hopped back in and got to fight. I was where we were tracking down Nergigante, and we did that. Fought him, whooped his ass, and the majesty of that game is kind of impressive because all of those animals and monsters and just wildlife looks oddly legit despite being completely fantastic.
Oh, I know.
Like,
do you ever just dream about them and then wake up and shed one single tear because they're not real?
No, because Diablo sucks.
Yes, true.
Whoa, okay.
No, Diablos and Monster Hunter fucking sucks.
I was concerned.
You just heard Diablo.
Not the game.
As in, he's a horrible boss, or he's just an asshole of a boss. So
he's an asshole.
Okay, all right, okay.
He's an asshole, and then but he's like, once you're like, I'm over leveled for him now. So every time I walk by one, he just follows you and is just annoying. And he just
doesn't frig off.
Yeah. Well, it's like the Dark Souls 2 thing about how those enemies will follow you forever. There was no kiting in Dark Souls 2. Diablos does that. It's the only monster in that game that I've seen that does that. And yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on.
I snapped back out of the Persona Scramble and I heard Diablo and I thought he was talking shit about the game and I'm like, whoa.
That's supposed to be out this year.
No, I've spent more time in Diablo than any other game I've ever played. Like that series, hands down. Yeah, 1 and 2 are.
Did you hear that 2 is supposedly getting remade?
Yeah, that's the new.
Yeah,
thing. Ain't there yet.
Yeah, let's hope it's not Vicarious Visions because Jesus Christ, that sucks. They got folded into Blizzard because Blizzard ain't what it used to be. But anyway, so that's pretty much it for games for me. I am going to bounce now. I will,
yes.
Because I'm an X-ray tech and I got called into work. So you all have a wonderful night.
Good night,
Good
sir.
luck. Be safe, sir.
Will do. Will do. Nice seeing you again, Nak. Nice seeing you all as well. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Do you ever just be in a room, everyone says it at once, and it's kind of like a harmony? Bye.
So, like,
It's gonna wreak havoc on my editing because the logo's got a shift now, and god damn it! It used to be a copy and paste
You
job.
could just cut his face off for the whole first half of the video.
Damn
It would be an off-screen voice.
I said, yeah, and before you guys start the news, I have to duck out again as well. But yeah, just let me know before that segment. I don't want to interrupt it.
So yes, I didn't play Persona 5, because I fucking didn't.
A lot of hatred there.
for a man that could pretty much push through and play anything, this is shocking.
I mean, it's a double-edged sword for me. I want him to enjoy Persona, but also this means I don't have to buy Melody Memory, at least for the time being.
Makes sense.
I mean, I could not review. Nah, fuck it.
You're a quitter.
No, I already approved the review. Now you have to do it.
You're a quitter.
Well, I have to review it because they gave me. I got codes, like, and I can't. I already
Persona
downloaded
5 quitter. Everyone, he's a Persona 5. He's a quitter, ladies and gentlemen.
You know what?
So what is it that you do not like about it that you're like that's not grabbing your attention? I don't understand.
I think anime is fucking stupid.
To explain how far he got into the game, he played the opening cutscenes, including the scripted battle at the beginning of the game. He didn't even make it to the first dungeon yet.
Oh, what the frig? Give the game. It's like if you're gonna watch a movie, you have to watch the first 15 minutes. If you're gonna play a game, you got to go through the first dungeon and then give it a rating.
If I can watch Wonder Woman twice, you can.
Agreed. You can bash it the whole time. Nobody said that you can't just like curse on the thing.
That hate watching, so that doesn't count as you.
I didn't say you couldn't hate play it.
See, you can bash the thing the whole time, but you still just play it. Suck it up. Be like Donkey, you know, he like does the funny little bits while he does the videos. You just do
I basically win either way. You play it, and that makes me happy. You don't play it, I don't have to buy a game.
She could win 3 ways, because then she could pick up Melody of Memory and actually enjoy it and play a great game this year.
That's a long shot.
Fine, I'll give it another try. I didn't say I quit though. I just said it wasn't like it was in its own backlog.
It's somewhere in the void with Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm good with that. So I did submit my first review of 2021.
Yay! Congrats.
Thank you. Skull, the Hero Slayer. It is
nice.
Action platformer roguelike.
Ooh.
Guys, does anyone remember Kid Chameleon for Sega Genesis?
Yes.
Okay, so Skull basically finds different heads that grant powers. And some of them, there's some creative licensing with the whole, like, this one dude definitely looks like Ghost Rider and could summon a bike and just fly everywhere. And then the warrior has this one strip of red paint over its eye. I wonder who that could be. But you get special like abilities, like I mentioned, the rider summons a bike and causes damage. As you clear stages, you get either treasure or a new skull to pick up to try. You die, you can upgrade your health, your cooldowns. It's pretty cool. And the whole premise is the humans, the good guys won, and you're the whatever's left of the bad guys. And but now you're trying to take back over.
Swing the pendulum the other way.
Yeah.
In your favor.
But like they portray the humans as pretty much assholes, so you're kind of the good guy, really.
There you go. Humans are assholes. I agree.
Yep. So that review should be out soon.
Tomorrow afternoon, after work.
And I included gameplay footage this time because I had time because this was in early access.
Pass that by.
Very nice.
The next review is Habroxia 2, the shoot 'em up, which it's done by Lily Mo, who did the Colin Moriarty Brick Breaker game. I'm drawing a blank on the title, but it's a shoot 'em up. There's a couple other games I have codes for, but I can't. I'm under embargo, so blah blah blah. Blah 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 blah.
Oh, I love that game.
I can't wait for the review on
awesome.
Blah.
I can't wait to read that.
Yeah, blah blah is exciting. It's a combination of multiple genres. It's
game of the year.
What game isn't anymore?
That's true.
But I spent most of my time, about 40 hours worth. I finally beat base Dead Cells completely.
Oh, yay!
Blood Cells.
Nice.
I finally did it. Yeah,
That's
that
a good feeling.
It was, oh my, when I did it, I was just, and I actually one-shot the final boss at that point. It was like the perfect build for the game. And I just dropped all my traps and just unloaded on him. And he like exploded. And I was like, like the achievement popped up in Steam. I was like, yes!
That's amazing.
Yeah. And perfect timing because obviously when this goes live, it'll be 2 days ago, but the newest DLC comes out tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
So I will be definitely jumping into that.
Is that the last DLC?
Yes.
Yeah. It's been almost 3 years, right? It was a 2018 game?
Yeah. It was in early access, but yeah.
Holy shoot. It doesn't feel that long ago. Like, I still remember that being, the biggest game. Like, everyone had to get it and play. And, especially because, it was so cool because you could interact with your Twitch streamers and stuff. So people could come in. And it was awesome.
I think it's been a year almost. I have to look at my review, but the last DLC was last year. It was a
yeah. When did you start writing for Obelisk?
In January.
January, yeah. So it might have been a little less than a year because it wasn't your first one.
No, I know what my first one was, but it was like February, I think.
Yeah, it was before Doom, I think.
Yeah, no, it definitely was before Doom.
Yeah, Doom was March.
Yep.
Same day as Animal Crossing.
That's right.
Oh.
Same day.
Same day the world went to shit.
Another game I'm not playing. Although I gave Animal Crossing a better chance than Persona. I played like 10 hours of.
And you have more things. You have better things at stake with Persona than we could have Michaela play Melody of Memory.
I'm feeling pretty safe tonight.
But
she's doing pretty good.
It's only been 3 weeks since the challenge was issued.
Only 2 weeks since you played it.
Oh, but whatever.
And when's it due?
There's no.
That's the thing. There's no due date, but he's gonna get distracted by other games and reviews. Yeah. So she knows she's winning. Yeah, she'll pick it up on like when it's $5 and play like 2 years from now. Oh,
fine. That's my incentive.
That's a smart thing to do.
She cannot buy the game on sale, so I have to.
The Switch version discounted on Amazon right now.
So I'm gonna wait till I see it go back up and say.
I told you you could pick the platform. The PS4 version is not on sale right now.
Oh.
Awesome.
Nice.
That's about it. I turned on the PlayStation once this week, unfortunately. When I agreed to, Aria asked if she could stay up Friday night. She said, "Can I stay up with you?" I'm like, okay. Thinking, she's sick. She'll pass out. It's like midnight. And she's like, "What are we going to do now?" I'm like, oh, God. What did I do? Well, we actually played like an hour of Tony Hawk, which she...
Nice!
I mean, she didn't fall. I mean, she didn't really do any tricks, but... And then we played a little more Sackboy.
Start, man.
She loves Sackboy. It's such a great game, too.
That's so cute.
The new one, but... Yep, that's about it. I played some of my backlog game. Pyre.
That's awesome. What is this backlog game you're talking about? Just like, you don't have to tell me about it, but just what is it?
So instead of doing Game Club every month, we're doing Game Club every other month, and then we each presented a number of titles, and the other hosts pick a backlog title for us to tackle in between months.
Oh, cool! I like that idea.
So Matt had Lords of the Fallen, which he hates. I have Pyre. Michaela has Messenger. What?
What was the game you have?
Michaela, I have Pyre.
Pyre, okay.
Yeah. Michaela has the Messenger, and Moose has
Blasphemous.
Very nice. Michaela, I just bought the game. I had to try it.
Nice.
Because it is on sale for the Switch, and nothing ever goes on sale for the Switch.
True.
Wait, what'd you nab?
I just had to get the Kingdom Hearts games. I love Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts. Nice.
So if you guys ever do a review of that, if Jay ever smartens up and, finishes Persona, then we should do a review of it. That'd be so fun.
That would be fun.
I feel like this will happen at some point. It's just a question of how long until it happens.
It'll take me at least a year to finish that game, let's be honest.
It'll take Jason at least a year to try Persona again anyway.
Exactly.
So
I feel like we're going to have this exact same conversation next year.
So we still haven't started Kingdom Hearts, and I still haven't started Persona. Oh,
that's funny.
But yes, that's all I've played this week. Oh, I did. Yeah, I went down the rabbit hole of Secrets of Grindia. I beat the demo 3 times.
It's so good, isn't it?
I'm like
3 times.
I'm like trying to not buy it. Which weird though. This game came out in 2015, and it's still in early access though.
Yeah, but I worried about the same thing, but they recently, like within the last year and a half, released new content, which is why I've gone back to the game to try to work up to the new content.
So, Moose, it's similar to Rogue Heroes. Mm-hmm. It's co-op.
Wicked.
Kind of like Zelda. That's a classic game, Michaela, because you haven't played a Zelda ever.
What is Zelda?
I swear to God.
I swear to God.
Swear to God.
You're lucky it can't come through the screen, child.
I'm slowly working in this I haven't played Zelda thing to replace the Melody of Memory meme. I'm working on this.
I like it.
Doesn't play
my long-term plan.
DM me, we'll work together. Oh, sorry.
But yes, Secrets of Grindia is if I buy it, we'll have to co-op.
It's so good, dude.
It's only
so
15.
Good.
It's a lot of fun.
It is. And they also have an arcade mode, which they've upgraded significantly since I last played it. So it's kind of like you guys were talking about earlier. What is he saying?
No. Stop talking about this game.
You're gonna love it.
You can't play it.
But it's kind of like the rogue game you're talking about that unlocks the Hades, right? So every time you go through a run, you unlock a new character in the village, and the new character in the village gives you new supplies for the run to get further.
Oh, nice.
It's so good. And that's completely apart from the storyline.
Oh, okay.
Just saying.
You should check out Jason's got us all looking at Rogue Heroes.
Rogue Heroes, yeah.
And so
it's on Steam. It's Steam and Switch next month.
Yeah,
it's similar to Secrets of Grindia. That's why I checked it out, because it's 1 to 4 co-op, and you unlock classes as you go, so you can pick a different class as you play. There's a demo on both Switch and Steam.
Yeah,
me and Moose are getting it on Switch though.
I'm gonna try the demo. I'll download that tonight.
Yeah, and if you get it on Switch, because that's where we're playing.
Okay.
Yeah, you can play with us. So yeah, that'd be awesome.
I already pre-ordered it.
That's what she said.
I'm waiting. I'm gonna wait till next month. But yeah, I'll probably pick it up shortly.
Yeah.
Well, there was some game news this week.
Okay, this is my peace out time.
Okay. Well, thank
Sorry,
you.
it's almost 10:30 here.
Yeah,
it's all good.
Thank you for joining us.
Sorry. Thanks.
Thank
it's
you.
really nice meeting you, Michaela. Thanks for having me
Nice to
again,
meet you.
guys. Let's play some games. Okay, bye.
Yeah.
Go download Rogue Heroes now.
Doing it now. Okay,
Okay.
bye.
Bye. All right. There was quite a bit of news. The Resident Evil demo is out.
On PS5 only, right?
What?
I believe so.
It's PS5 only, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's not PS4.
I downloaded it. I haven't tried it. People are impressed. Early impressions are pretty good.
Well, that's good.
I will not touch it.
Probably won't play it either. Well, I mean, I need a
spineless.
PS5 to play it, but
I mean, well, yeah. I still haven't played 7. I haven't played a Resident Evil in forever. So.
And you have access to 2.
I have 2.
Did you pick that up?
2.
Yeah.
Did he buy 3?
No, I thought he bought 2. Didn't he buy 2?
He bought 2.
Yeah, so that's what I was just saying. Like,
I mean, technically, I've played 2. I've played 3. I played up to. What was this? The one in Spain? Was that 4?
4 had the little evil
Leon.
guy, and you had that companion character the whole time.
The president's daughter.
Monster.
Yeah, the president's daughter. Ashley.
Yeah. She was super annoying.
Yes.
That was the last one I played.
Okay.
So 4, which was like GameCube era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I played Code Veronica on Dreamcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I did also see that they're speaking of Resident Evil, they're delaying Resident Evil 4 because they're taking it in a new direction.
Had they even confirmed there was a 4 remake?
No, I think that confirmed it.
Yeah,
like
you
it
don't
was
have to say
all
you're delaying it if you've never confirmed it.
Right. But I think like if you look at the natural progression of like the meteoric like arc that was Resident Evil 2 and how well like everybody was like, this is how you do a remake. Like this is a remake. And
But
they
then
did such
3
a great
kind
job.
of went under the
Right.
radar.
And 3 kind of came back down, but it was like you could see that they could remake the games in this newer engine. And so everybody was just like, well, they've got to do Resident Evil 4. Like, because that, in my personal opinion, other than the first and second one, 4 is like the one that comes to everybody's mind. Because 1 is like, it's the first in the series.
Right.
2 was just like an awesome sophomore effort, like knocked it out of the park. And then 4, like 3 was okay. I'll even admit,
a smaller game. It's a shorter game.
Yeah.
People didn't. I don't think people remembered how small it was, so it kind of shocked people that like 8 hours and you're done, and you're like, "That's it."
That was the other thing. They shouldn't have charged $60 for it. They
Right.
should have did 40 and just said, "We know it's shorter. Here you go." And that would have appeased everybody, I think. Like it would have got more leeway if it wasn't.
But from a business point of view, the 2 sold like gangbusters, so you can't blame them for trying. And they did make the money. I mean, granted, it didn't get great reviews, but
I mean so I feel like everybody was just like, well, 4's next. They've got to like everybody was like, they did 2, they have got to do 4.
Well, and 4 is one of the last well-received, like
because 5, 6 are controversial.
Yeah,
7 was very well received, but some people say it's not Resident Evil. It's like a totally new direction.
Yeah, like 5 was more like an action game. I know a lot of friends of mine from the Xbox era, 360 area who.
Well, some people say 4 is more of an action game. Some people say it starts with 4. Really.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's true. Like I can agree.
Because 4, the environment makes it more action oriented because you're outdoors more.
Yeah.
Like 1, you have the house. 2, you have the police station. And kind of once you start opening that up, you can't just leave it empty because there's supposed to be this zombie outbreak.
Scope is huge by comparison. Because you're right. It has at least a half a dozen different environments. Several of them outside.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean,
anyways, yeah.
The other really big news, Vicarious Visions was absorbed, I guess is a word, or purchased by Blizzard. And Vicarious Visions last did Tony Hawk Remake, which is one of the best received remakes in recent years. This isn't that surprising though, because it came out, they're working on Diablo 2 Remake. So they would have been working with Blizzard to begin with. I think
Activision is just like, you're us now. Like, you've done such a great job for us. You're with us now.
I think
I don't think that means they're going to interfere more with the team. Yeah. It's just.
I feel like
status quo.
I feel like Activision is slowly taking on the role of like to be a total beer nerd, but like Budweiser, and buying like craft breweries and just realizing, stop messing with stuff, let them do their thing, and let them make you the money you want them to make you.
A few years ago, Activision was as big of a bad name as EA.
Yeah.
But I feel like that has been pulled back a bit for them. Like, they still have properties that they bought up and then never did anything with and are dormant and haven't been. But, like,
I also feel
they're not getting studios destroyed the way that EA does.
Right. Like, what, Bobby Kotick? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I feel like he's more of a problem than anything. Like, I feel like if he wasn't trying to push to make like the most money possible, because like weren't there stories where like even the shareholders were like, he makes too much, or you know what I mean, like they were having problems with it or something. And I feel like hopefully eventually if they get rid of him, then they'd be fine. You know, I mean, they push out Call of Duty every year. They're one of the only studios out there that can push out a different game in their franchise every year, and it's still good. You know what I mean? Like, that's insane, you know?
Yeah, and I, not to defend him necessarily, but to be fair, like, he oversees all that. Look how much money Blizzard makes. Like, they're like, it's not like they're pushing out like bad games and they just make money.
Right.
Overwatch kills it. World of Warcraft. Diablo 3 is still going strong. They keep releasing seasons. Like Heroes of the Storm, Hearthstone. Those are both free to play.
You know, Overwatch 2 is probably going to be very, very good. Like it would be hard for them to mess that up. Like they would have to do something
year, isn't it?
dumb.
It's supposedly this year.
Yeah, we don't have like a concrete.
I mean, that's the same thing with Diablo 4. Like Diablo 4 was okay. All right. So it's assumed Diablo 4 is this year because they said Diablo 4 was going to be on Xbox One X and PlayStation 4. So everybody's like,
I can see 4 being pushed because I think Immortals comes out, which surprisingly for a mobile game, it's been well received. Like I know like Skill Up played it and like people actually really like it. Like
they hated the idea of it.
But
when
now
it got announced,
the execution, apparently it plays really well.
Yeah. Well, I wonder, I know a lot of people were like, this looks a lot like there was like the mobile game that company they were working with did. Aren't they co-oping with like a mobile gaming company that does like
I believe so.
And they were like, this looks like something that company would have did. Like why? And then so they must have, hopefully they took that feedback and were like, we need to really like up like the style of this game, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, BlizzCon is in three weeks about, so we'll definitely hear something.
BlizzCon was in the fall.
They pushed it because they couldn't do it
last year, so they skipped last year. Oh, okay,
last year.
That makes
and now
sense.
it's virtual and completely free.
That makes sense.
Like I think you could purchase something that just gives you like goodies, like for games, but every panel, everything's free this year, which is cool. But yeah, no, we'll see. I mean, I'm sure they'll probably reconfirm Diablo 2 remake. And then we'll probably hear about Immortal and 4.
And
it'd be cool if Immortal and 4 were released simultaneously, like, and you could interact with them. That'd be kind of cool.
It would be a good way to incentivize your core gamers to get on the mobile.
Because they need to have a date on 4. Because
it would be
gonna hold 2 will hold people over who have played 2. I don't know if 2 will necessarily pull in all the people who want a new one because 2 is completely different than 2 is a
Yes.
departure from 1. If you
And
like,
3 is a extreme departure from 2.
right. 2 was complete. The way the whole everything was different. So
what I could see them doing is releasing Immortals, and then if it does well, they could push 4. But then it would be cool to see them do some kind of mechanic where it's like, okay, well, you've got 4 on your PC or your home console. Maybe they put it on Switch. They might be able to. Who knows? But like, okay, well, you can't take that system with you on the go. Just play Immortals, and some kind of like mechanic where you can play Immortals and either bring that character back or bring some of your progress back to your game that you're not able to play when you're on the go would be kind of cool. I don't know how that would work. I'm not a developer. If it doesn't work, then that's fine too. But I could totally see him pushing 4 to next year. Just polish the hell out of it, man. Take your time, make the game look good, make it play good.
Yeah. What other news?
Xbox. Xbox announced one morning that they were going to essentially double the prices of gold. The annual price was going to double from $60 to $120. And then there was a unsurprisingly harsh reaction from the community, and they walked back the statement saying, actually, no, we are not going to double the price of gold. Instead, prices with gold will stay the same, and free to play online
will not require.
So they're going the way of Sony, because I think Sony's free to play.
Sony and PC.
And so Nintendo. Xbox was late to the party there.
Yeah, Warzone.
And Nintendo doesn't. Yeah, okay. Nintendo doesn't require it either. Right?
And the main reason for them that people have. I mean, clearly Microsoft didn't come out and say this was the reason they were doubling the prices, but people have surmised that the reason that they wanted to make gold so pricey is because they're trying to push more people to Game Pass, because they really need a huge player base on Game Pass for their business model rather than on gold. So by making gold obscenely expensive, the hope is to bring those players over to see the value of Game Pass. So on and so forth. You support your Microsoft, Xbox, PC, mobile, console ecosystem that way with your thriving player base on Game Pass.
Well, Microsoft is smart, because they're just like, they want to be the Netflix of gaming, and it's just like, we want to be everywhere, which is smart because it kind of like future proofs you. Because it's like, it doesn't matter what the console is, doesn't matter what the platform is. You have this service, and people can take advantage of it, and that's how you're keeping that constant income going. I mean, like, look at the Xbox, what is it, Series X, whatever the hell it is now, the latest console. Like, what was the launch game for that? You know what I mean? And so it's like they pushed back Halo Infinite because it wasn't,
which was smart.
Unfortunate. Now, right. It's unfortunate, and I don't disagree with that move, because I strongly believe in, if a game is not ready, push it and polish it and release it when it is ready. I totally agree with that. A good game later is better than a shit game now. Always will, even if it's a launch title. I truly believe in that. But I think like I think their problem is they released a console like before all those studios they picked up were able to like make their games. Like, if they were launching like a year or two from now with the latest console, they'd have so many great games.
They'd probably have Senua ready to go.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
That was supposed to be last year. I guess it got pushed, or was it supposed to be this year?
No, they never announced a date. It was revealed when they revealed the Xbox, so people assumed launch.
Yeah.
And you got to remember, even though that they got picked up by Microsoft, that's still a small studio, a young studio, making their sophomore title as really for their like surprise hit franchise. That's not necessarily going to have like a huge Xbox support system behind them in terms of player base. I don't think that's where Hellblade thrived, with the type of people who are going to be picking up the console right away. So I never really expected that to be launch candy.
I think the biggest uproar is the games. I don't know the numbers, but I wouldn't be surprised. The two biggest games that are online are free, and you're doubling the price to play a free game, which is just, I mean, I think if Sony charged to play those games, it wouldn't, because I mean, I'm not saying I want to pay $120, but for a year, but I don't think you get anything with Xbox Live. I don't think you get, like, we pay for PS Plus. We get the
Gold gives you the games, right?
Oh yeah, it does give you the
Gold.
game.
You get 4 games a month.
Yeah.
360. Well, actually, I don't know how that works anymore.
It should be 2 360 and 2
Because-
Xbox.
Yeah, but now the new generation's out, so how long?
They'll probably kill the 360 in the next couple months.
But it's about backwards compatible, so I don't know if they'll work like PS Plus, where they killed the PS3 shit.
That's true.
I'll say it, and if anyone thinks I'm crazy, I'll defend it. PS Plus is a steal. It's highway robbery. People who complain that $60, I get it. That
and you can buy it on sale.
Money's tight, but last year we got, before March, BioShock and Uncharted collections for the price of $60 if you paid for PS Plus for the year.
Mm-hmm.
Just those 6 games alone. Yeah. I mean, the amount, and I don't know all the Xbox Live games, but I'm sure over the course of the year, I mean, if you have both, the opinion of someone who, if you own both systems and you're comparing it, it's harder because you have access. But there are people who only have Xbox. Yep. I'm sure 48 games you can make up for $60 or $100 worth.
There's 2 games that entire year that you liked.
Then
you know what I'm saying?
You got your money's worth.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
games go on sale, but
I used to do so until last summer. I used to do a monthly newsletter for Obelisk, and I always ended it with the free games for PS Plus and Xbox games with gold subscribers for the next month. So for like a year and a half, I was watching that every single month. And sometimes Xbox would have good games. A lot of them weren't. Their MSRP was generally sub $30, but even if you only pick up a couple $20 to $30 games when you're getting them for free,
it's still 60.
It still adds up fast.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like, watching the community that I'm in, with Richie and whatnot, and watching a lot of the people in that community, we got Hollow Knight for free on PS4 last month. Last month, December, right?
This month's almost over, so.
Yeah, they got it in December, and a lot of people are playing that now and streaming it. And even the people because people are playing it and streaming it because they got it for free on Plus, other people are streaming it even if they're not on PlayStation. They're on PS4 streaming or whatever, and I mean on PC. And so it's just like, it's interesting to see how like that works into it as well.
Yeah, I look, the games aren't great, but it also, Xbox doesn't have the exclusives that they can offer. Like, they can't offer Uncharted because it's a PlayStation. But they got 2 Shantae games, The Division 1 and Battlefront free, and Origami, which is a great game. There's a bunch of Lego games. Like, it's not, I mean, 48 free games. I mean, sure, you could probably go through it and like, I don't like any of them, but I mean, how many people is that going to hit?
All the people that want to complain just because it's
the the people who don't even take advantage of that feature in the first place.
Yeah, like there's like a lot of people. So when I was deciding on getting a PS4, even before I bought it, I signed up for PlayStation Plus and just started building a library. Like, started building my PS4 library. Even if I'm not going to play a game, and I know I'm probably not going to play a game, I still buy the game. I add it to my cart and I check out with it because I know people have regretted not getting a game, and now they're paying like price for it. And I'm like, we got that free with.
You don't
Plus.
have to download it. It's not like
you don't have to download it.
You don't have to manage your storage.
You're just adding it.
Yeah, you have the chance to own something free.
Because you never know, like when you're watching it, someone else play it, on Twitch or someone else is talking about it and they're like, oh, what's the name of that game? And it's like, oh, it's this game. And you're like, oh, I looked at that game. I didn't like it, but I did pick it up on Plus. So now I can go and download it and check it out for free. And if I don't like it, it doesn't cost anything to me, you know?
And some people are like, even when they release the big games, because there's always people who want to complain. They're like, oh, but everybody literally already owns that, like with BioShock or Uncharted or whatever. But guess what?
Yeah.
I didn't own the BioShock collection. Guess how I got Bloodborne?
Through the collection.
March 2018. It was a freebie.
Yeah, right. I mean, that, like, if you are a diehard like gamer, like we are, the three of us, it's very rare for the three of us to come into a new month and be like, I don't own that, or I'm not interested in that. Like this month is really rare for me because it's like 2 games. I don't own either Greedfall or the Tomb Raider game.
Opposite for me, I own them both, and that's unusual. I don't usually own both.
Right. So it's like, oh, well, Greedfall, I've been meaning to check it out per your review and your recommendation of trying it. I'm like, now it's free. And then like Tomb Raider, I still have to play, what was the middle one? Rise of the Tomb Raider. So I got to play that. But I got the third one for free. And I'm like, oh, well, I can finish the collection out. And I already own Manhunter and it's only free on PS5. But anyways, it's just like, you know, it's rare. Yeah, I have those rare months where like I don't own any of the games and it's awesome. But like sometimes it'll be like, I'm more the type of the person that like when it's like, oh, Bloodborne's free, I'm like, yes. I'm like, new players, like people can play it and like enjoy it and love it like I did. You know what I mean? And so it's just like, I hate the people that come in and they're like, oh, they gave us a game I already own. And it's like, well, okay, you are in the minority, like us, of the people who like own everything. The vast majority. What is the PS4 up to now? Like how many units sold?
120 million closing.
I bet you like maybe 10 million of those people own like the vast majority of the PlayStation Plus games like us. Not even. I don't even think that number's that high. And the people that want to complain are the ones that like buy everything before they even wait for it to go on sale and can't play it, which we're curbing it, right, Jason? We're not buying anything new this year, except for Rogue Heroes. But just trying to be better about it. And you know, I mean, also we have a huge lineup for this year. PS5. I mean, we got Ratchet and Clank coming. Returnal looks freaking awesome. Yes.
Maybe Horizon.
Yeah, maybe Horizon. Now, shit, if that drops, whew, that would be nice. But yeah, I mean, there's gonna be a lot of stuff. So it's like, I was looking at sales on Switch the other day, and I'm just like, no, can't do this.
I realized when I tweeted about games that I pre-ordered for next month today, I realized Bravely Default at the end of next month is the first like Nintendo Switch exclusive I'm buying since 2019 when I got Fire Emblem and Astral Chain.
Wow.
Because I didn't play Animal Crossing, I didn't do Paper Mario, and I didn't do Age of Calamity. I bought Age of Calamity, but not for me. I bought it as a birthday present for Jess.
Right. Which you should play Breath of the Wild
at some point. Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Well, here's the problem. You're playing Immortals, and finish that, take a break, and then start Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, once I get through the spring releases, because there's a fuckload of JRPGs coming. Yeah. So.
Well, you know, like, when you know, Nintendo's probably gonna have a direct soon because they haven't had a direct forever.
There's got to be a state of play soon because
got to be a state of play because they've got
with no release dates that are probably coming in March, April.
Yeah. It's like what is coming in March? What's coming in April? Returnal's in March. So it's like, okay, well, April, and then what is it? Deathloop is May, right, Jason? I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Deathloop.
And they need to promote these. So a state of play is I'm thinking by Valentine's Day would be smart. Doing it any later is going to be too late because you've got Kena is still supposedly targeting March. Ratchet and Clank is still supposedly launch window, so 6 months will be right around April for the end of launch window. So they've got stuff that's supposedly ready to go-ish soon, although there is everybody's like kind of like, oh, we made it through 2020, but there's going to be a lot of delays this year. There's going to be a lot of delays this year because people are still like pipelines are still not fixed after the pandemic because we're still in the fucking pandemic. almost a year later. So, but there's got to be a state of play. I'm saying probably by Valentine's Day.
Yeah. I think it's a good thing that they canceled production on the PS4, and so they can focus on production of the PS5, because it'd be nice to be able to walk into a GameStop and pick one up without having to follow like 5 million Twitter accounts. Yeah. That's definitely an over-exaggeration.
Scalpers are starting to have less and less success, so I think it's going to start to even out.
Well, I also think middle of February, end of February, like we'll start not like seeing them in the store, but at least like you can get one online. Like, oh, if I check on Monday, I can't get one, but if I check on Wednesday, yeah, I can get one. You know,
or it's Best Buy doesn't have it, but
right, Target will have it.
Target,
yeah,
Walmart, Amazon.
Whatever. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm looking to pick up one soon. So because gotta get on that Demon's Souls train.
I do too. I need to get back to it. It's so hard to play. So like, if I didn't have FF12 right now, I could, but I can't throw on a fourth game at this point. So.
Right now, that's understandable. Which is, yeah.
What other news we got? Anything?
For you people who liked this game, and I had no idea what it was, Kingdoms of Amalur: Re-Reckoning got announced for the Switch.
Yes. And it's all going to fit on one cartridge, apparently, which is insane. Because, like, wasn't there controversy with Borderlands where, like, you get the physical edition, but then the one of the games is physical, the rest of it's all digital?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
there have been some games where they literally will just sell you a case with no physical at all. There's nothing in there. It's just a show.
And it's like, that's not, I'm buying a physical because I want the physical, because when you take it off the e-store, I can still play it.
And the cartridge doesn't install on your Switch, so you don't have to manage the storage so much. Easy peasy. The other thing was, this was technically a leak, but an image was leaked and it looks fairly credible, of the collector's edition for Dying Light 2. So people are like, there's got to be news for that. That was originally supposed to release last year, but we all know there's been some huge issues all up in the development team there. So Dying Light 2 supposedly targeting soon, maybe, because the collector's edition, they don't usually put the marketing materials together till shit's pretty buttoned up.
Yeah. What did they I can't even remember. I know we didn't have E3 last year, but did people just do showcases?
I don't think we saw anything from Dying Light last year, like no trailers.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just meaning like a public showing of like, here's, a platform for like people to talk about their games and stuff. Like we didn't have anything, did we?
Showcases last year?
No, other than, Keely did
Gamescom, opening night live.
Virtual.
There was state of plays and directs and Ubisoft directs and shit like that.
Well, I think
we got a bunch of trailers around E3 time.
Yeah.
But nothing.
That's what
really,
I
thought. Not much.
GDC got delayed, and then happened, I think.
But I feel I don't know. I could see them doing something big like that this year. Or, I don't know, video game, like Sony and Nintendo and Xbox just being like, we can control the messaging by just doing it ourselves and just releasing intel.
Does anybody remember who has the marketing rights for Dying Light? Sony, Xbox? Which E3 conference would it be at?
Well, wasn't it announced at the Xbox one?
If that's the case, then it would be at Xbox again.
I could have swore
Xbox had their own thing in July last year, and that's where they showed Halo and shit hit the fan.
That is right, because everybody was like, "This looks terrible."
It's also where they showed Fable, and people were like, "Yes, this game will be so awesome in 7 years."
well, that was the other thing. It's like you're looking at a game. It's not even like, it's just a hype trailer. It's just a teaser trailer. There's like nothing to, you don't know what that game's going to be like. Like you can't say
it still hooks some people. Like look at people who are like, I'm so ready for Starfield. And it's like, do you know shit about that game?
Like all you've seen is like a screen. Like I can understand like people looking at the New Horizon trailer and being like, oh, that's going to be awesome because it's showing stuff. You know what I mean? Like, and it'll be awesome.
With Fable, you know what the concept is. You at least know what Fable is. But getting back to the point, Dying Light 2, there's leaked images of what the collector's edition will include. It's one of those big, like tons of box shit.
Nice.
I never played Dying Light. I know you guys have experience with friends because it's got you were playing with Jeff at one point, right?
Yeah. Jeff still got some co-op stuff for the
trophies. Yeah.
We've got 2 left.
It's all the things that it like ticks a lot of boxes that I don't even get into, like the first person and the zombies. But the one thing I am interested in that game is the music. It was done by Oliver Derivier, who did he did Greedfall, but he also did Plague Tale Innocence music, which was fucking phenomenal both times, but especially Plague Tales. He's done some really, really good soundtracks in the past.
Nice. Cool.
Yep. Any other news?
I think those were the big ones. We hit them.
All right. So let's call it an episode. And Moose?
Bye.
At Story Route Zero, we have some cool friends who do some cool things, and I'd like to tell you about them. Phoenix Overdrive uses the power of games and gamers to help heal sick kids through the charity Extra Life. Phoenix Overdrive fundraises for Children's Miracle Network hospitals all year, every year, and the fund culminates in a 24-hour gaming marathon. Find out more about their events and projects online via Facebook at facebook.com/Phoenix Overdrive or on Twitter and Instagram at PHX_Overdrive. You can also join the Facebook group of Pawn Stars at facebook.com/groups/PO Nation in order to share and discuss all the latest in nerd culture. They've also got a podcast, Nerd Overdrive, which you can see weekly at youtube.com/Phoenix Overdrive. You can also catch it on Facebook Live or twitch.tv/PHX_Overdrive. That podcast is also published on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and Stitcher. You want merch? They got merch. Merch can be ordered from tinyurl.com/PHXODmerch, a portion of which goes to their fundraising efforts. Join the nation and be a hero to sick kids, as El Capitan Ray Osorio, Lee the Maestro, and Becky, the lovely queen of the guild, always say, #Rise Above. Thank you for listening to Story Route Zero. We hope you have enjoyed your time here as much as we've enjoyed having you. Once again, questions, concerns, complaints, pictures of pets, or favorite recipes can be sent to storyroute0@gmail.com. You can yell at us on Twitter at StoryRoute0. Rate us and review us on iTunes, YouTube, or wherever you may have found us, as it helps with discoverability. If you'd like to hit us up individually, you can find Moose Cool at Sven, that's SVHENN on Twitter, PSN, Instagram, and of course Twitch, streaming games. You can find Jason Marshall writing at obelisk.co. You can also find him on Twitter at GimpyJ with 2 Y's at the end, as well as PSN, Instagram, and Twitch. He also has his own website, whereisthepausebutton.com. You can find Michaela Crescione doing all sorts of writing at obelisk.co, as well as on Twitter at RedXMaud. My name is Matthew Keel. You can find me everywhere I'd like to be at infinite_rewind. That's Twitter, that's Instagram, that's Twitch, that's PSN, and I also have my own website, infiniterewind.com. Be sure to check us out at all the places. You are always welcome, and you will always have a seat waiting for you on this ride. Thank you for listening, but for now, it's back to the real world for us. So we will see you on the next one.